Becka and Zach, a couple who recently, after years of dreaming, bought ourselves a beautiful 40-foot Colvic Victor sailboat. Life is short and the world is wide, and there are so many lessons to be learned. Laughs shared, people met, adventures had, and nautical miles to be sailed. And this is our way of sharing it all with you. Welcome to the Tay-Lee.
Bloody doing it!
We arrived 3 days ago to a little marina on the east coast of Fuertaventura in order to top up our water, explore the town and wait for some higher winds to blow through. But now it's time to let the lines go again and head to our final Canary Island, Gran Canaria.
We want twilight, don't we, on?
Yeah.
Steaming light for now. VHF is on. GPS. Come on. So it's 5 AM and it was a bit of an early start this morning. We're going 90 miles down to Las Palmas and we're riding out the kind of trail ends of this bad weather. So it's still quite windy, but we're just motoring out the marina and hoist our sails. I think we're going to be sailing on a run to begin with and then a beam reach across to the other island. And it should be really nice. It should be about 15 to 20 knots, gusting 25. Really looking forward to sail. It does seem like perfect conditions. And yeah, the worst of the gale has gone, so fingers crossed it won't be too manic out here, but even if it is, it's all good practice. Oh, we're rolling. There's a bit of swell coming in.
Yeah, there is. That's the swell we saw yesterday.
Yeah. Before we hoist our sails, we'd like to thank today's sponsor, Surfshark.
I'm just popping the kettle on. Do you want a cuppa?
Oh yes, please! And some biscuits!
Tea's ready. Picture this. You're settling down with your tea, biscuits and some Marmite toast, surrounded by all your British bits and bobs. You're feeling a tad nostalgic and feel like watching some proper British TV.
That's a marvellous idea!
You go to watch The Great British Bake Off on All 4 online, only to find that you cannot access this page unless you're back in the UK. Fear not, chap. With Surfshark, you can watch shows from the UK from just about anywhere in the world. It is so quick and easy to set up that by the time you've made your account and connected to a server in the UK, your tea won't even be cold yet.
Scrummy. Cheers.
And not only is it far safer to use a VPN due to us encrypting your online data, but you can even save some money on flights. This is because a VPN can put your location in any country, where the flight would be cheaper. Huzzah!
Click the link in our description for a spiffing 83% off and 3 extra months free using our code teulutribe. Plus, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk trying Surfshark.
Unlike Marmite, you can only love Surfshark.
Now pull those halyards and let's get cracking. So we currently have a very strange ticking noise
coming from our shaft slash gearbox. We'll put the big touch on. In the manual, there is a little bit of vibrating. Does it usually stay really still?
No, it normally wobbles a little bit.
Well, it is wobbling a tiny bit, but we just dropped the genoa to slow ourselves up, and Zach went down into the engine room, and the prop was spinning slower, obviously when we were going slower, so he manually stopped it by hand. But when we're going slower, the noise has stopped, so it's intermittent. So I think for now we're gonna probably get the genoa back up and wait until at least sunrise to start doing a bit more research and looking into it a bit further. But yeah, there's nothing obvious right now, and it's stopped when we're going slower, so bizarre. Sun's coming up, and it's a really nice day out here. Wind's a bit lower than predicted. Fingers crossed it picks up a little bit. We're still going along at a nice kind of 4 knots. When we get to the headland just there, and kind of turn, we'll put the pole away and we'll get onto more of a broad reach all the way to Las Palmas. Now, and as for the gearbox issue, it stopped randomly. Zach stopped it by hand, and then we put the genoa back up and got up to a bit more speed, and then sounds has completely stopped. So a bit of a strange one. I'm going to do a bit more research on it when we get to Las Palmas, give it a good once over before we leave to go anywhere further. But yeah, I guess it stopped.
It wasn't long before we had a bite in the rod. However, it wasn't quite the fish we expected.
We just ID'd the fish as a silver-cheeked toadfish, and this is what it looks like. It's extremely poisonous. I'll read out some facts about it because it's kind of crazy. The silver-cheeked toadfish is cousin of the dangerous delicacy, the pufferfish. It carries a substance 1,250 times more toxic than cyanide in its liver, ovaries and skin, and touching it can cause serious burns and death. And Zach just caught that. So yeah, happy he was wearing gloves, but
we have now been the gloves.
We've now been the gloves. We're trying just to debate about what to do with the lure that we caught it on, because we thought that we would just boil it, but boiling doesn't help with the toxins apparently, so yet to be confirmed. But yeah, a bit of an interesting one. It's like stomach was filled with water, which made us realise it was pufferfish, but it had big teeth. The fish are usually found in the Med, usually in Turkey, and they've actually come through the Suez Canal. They're also found in the Pacific, so I have no idea what he was doing hanging out in this region and biting our lure. We've just got past kind of the end of Fuertaventura. Wind has really picked up and the swell has really come in, but we're going into it, so it's actually so much fun. We've got spray coming over our bow, and yeah, this is great. Really, really fun. It is epic out here.
and go hard right back up to these ones here.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Here? We are? Nice. Yeah, I'm happy, Zach. We just got into Las Palmas anchorage and we've actually got a really good spot. I guess all the arc went yesterday, so we hopped straight in the middle of the anchorage in a perfect spot. We got about 37 meters out and yeah, very happy. But honestly, I'm so chuffed with us today, Zach.
Yeah.
Because we just had such a good sail. The wind was really gusting.
It was gusting like 30 at points.
Yeah, and the waves were 2.8 to 3 meters on our beam. Tay-Lee just had it, but also we had it. And I think it was the first time, like, I was jumping with joy. The deck was getting sprayed. We looked at each other, we were like, we should probably reef. Like, let's not get ahead of ourselves. And yeah, she just hummed through, got 7-8 knots, just a great day sailing. It was a little bit intimidating coming into this port. The reason we left at 4 AM was so we could get in the daylight, but we hit a dead patch just under Fuertaventura because the winds were kind of northerly and we were sheltered by the island. Anyway, we hit a dead patch, so we slowed right down to about 3 knots, and that unfortunately meant we were a bit later. And coming in, there were so many ships leaving, huge, like cargo ships and naval ships, and some of them barely had any lights on. There'd be a tiny light, you'd think it was a fishing boat, and then you'd see the silhouette of it just across our bow. It's pretty intimidating, but we're in, and very happy. I think it's time for some dinner.
Yeah.
What's the time? It's like 9?
Yeah, something like that.
Feels a lot later. I think it's been a very long day, but a very long, good day. Good morning, Las Palmas. This morning is a productive one because we are measuring up all sorts of different things to buy in a marine store, and I mean there are tons of marine stores here. So we definitely will have the options of different picks of things. Do that?
Yeah.
160.
160, alright.
Yeah, kill it.
That's funny.
We've never done that before.
Yeah.
We just went to go. I said to Zach, where's the fuel? We hadn't attached the fuel tank. But she went. So there's obviously always a little bit of fuel left in her. I'm sure that's thingy from the aluminium boat. Nice.
Just tie it around. Yeah, lovely. So that feels about 12.
Yes, 12 mil. Hercules Vision. 100% recyclable. Do you think they'll fit around our pole?
Yeah, I think they will, because they're slightly
and will the
adjustable
lines
anyway.
fit through? We're only using the skinny lines, aren't we?
Yeah, they're not massive things.
Okay, let's get 4 of those then. We don't need that one that size, do we?
No.
This one?
Yeah, that should do.
So we went to a few different marine stores and we have just bought some bits that we really needed. First one is this West System Microlight bulking powder. You add it to this and it makes it thicker. And then we also got this net for under our davits. It's for fruit and it's special because it doesn't have the little knots in it which bruise fruit. So yeah, we got 1.6 meters of that. We also got this large Jubilee clip. Our mizzen mast, you know, where we repaired it, it's looking great, but we just want something to be able to put around it if it ever did start progressing and we were out at sea. So we measured it and bought this big old Jubilee clip. We also brought this Safety Walk 3M grippy tape stuff for our
companionway stairs because I've fallen down them and it's not nice, so that's really grippy. Also, we bought four of these, which go on our guardrails, and the venter line will run through them. And then we got 2 carabiners, large ones, for our preventer lines. And then the last thing on the list is star of the show, 16 meters.
Better quality.
2 times 16 meters, much better quality Genoa lines. The ones we've got at the moment
they're fine on this end.
Yeah,
they're frayed.
Yeah, they've just got some frays in them from just use, and we wanted to size up, so these are 12mm and these are
14?
No, these are 10mm and these are 12mm.
Yeah,
that's right. And these are just like far higher quality, so we kind of splurged on those, but
some of the best really polyester line on the market, or whatever the guy said.
So yeah, we're really happy with that, and they will fit our self-tailing winches as well. So I'm gonna install all this stuff now.
This is all of, well, some of our chafe protection that we're adding, just because we want all of our lines and sails and everything to last as long as it can, especially when we're doing a lot of downwind sailing, which is coming up in our very near future.
Yeah.
We don't want anything rubbing, and if we can save lines by investing in plastic protectors like this.
So these are our old ones. I don't know if you can see that. Pretty crappy that we've only had them a few months, but it's mainly just a few sections.
It's been 2.5 months, a bit less than 2.5 months.
I mean, we have used them lots and they have had a lot of UV, but you expect them to last a little bit better than that, don't you? At least a season. Hey ho.
Last week we used some blocks and our old Genoa lines to rig up a bit of a preventer system for the main. After the sail here, it was time to make a few tweaks to it.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
And then if you let out the sheet,
that's so good, isn't it?
yeah, and then I'll cleat it off probably to this one, so let's go under there.
You could just leave it cleated on there.
Yeah.
We don't.
Oh yeah, because of the solar panel as well, actually.
Yeah, and we don't cleat the Genoa off from there. We just leave it in self-tailer. Perfect. Look how great that is. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, really happy. That actually works. That looks banging.
Yeah, it looks really good. Well done. High five. So I'm just adding this line onto our wheel because recently we've been sailing in kind of slightly bigger seas where there's been loads of spray and the air's been super salty and the wheel gets really slippery. So we've decided to put line, and we're going to put it on these two kind of segments on our wheel so it's a bit more grippy, a bit more traction, know where the centre of the wheel is. and decided to do a spiral pattern using half hitches. Really simple, but looks quite nice and does the job. It's extra grippy. How does that look?
Nice.
It's so much grippier, oh my gosh. We needed that for so long. That's so much better.